Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to reading for the week of October 16th. This week, we're just going to jump right in here. You have this Yang energy card and this Chopwood card here, so it's time to get started. Same thing came up for Pisces, not the same cards, but they had something about needing to kind of get started on something, and yeah, there's a lot of action here. In your first row, you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. This is like a very successful new direction for you. And here you go. You have the Chariot. The Chariot is your card, but it is also a new direction. And I kind of feel that you are, wanting to move towards something new. And, it looks really good. You have two aces here. You have the Ten of Pentacles. So again, let's just say in your first row, Seven of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. We're after the eclipse this week. And, obviously if you're watching this reading early, then we're not after the eclipse. But if you are watching this, the week of the 16th, we're after the eclipse. And, so whatever. But what I would say is that this eclipse, I believe, is bringing a lot of truth into everybody's lives, and you could be more focused on living your truth, again, which seems to be like a big theme for the eclipse. So a lot of you could be in that energy of like focusing on things that are your truth. Even if we go this way, it's like, Chariot to the Justice card is the truth will set you free going this way. So, I feel in a lot of ways that you in particular, Cancer, need to focus on, what your truth is, what brings balance into your life, what makes you feel good, what makes you feel like you are getting closer to the Ten of Pentacles. Again, as I always say, to me, I don't think we just get the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is building, leaving a legacy. And so that's something that you do for the rest of your life. But we can kind of get closer to, security. We can get closer to fulfillment and all, some of those things as well. So, Ten of Pentacles is pretty much everything you want and desire in your life. And we can definitely get some of the things that we want and desire, obviously, hopefully. Some of you could also be charging towards a Ten of Pentacles situation, I feel, right here in love. And so you could be attracting a person into your life, someone who's going to bring a lot of fulfillment and happiness. But again, we're going to have to look and see what that's talking about. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. There's clearly a big change coming in for you here. I feel like that this right here, this card is kind of like the Ace of Wands, the Yang energy card. It's about taking action on something new, like a new beginning. And so again, I kind of feel that the Seven of Pentacles is talking about a change in direction, and the change in direction that you're taking is probably this way right here, where you're leaving one thing behind so that you can have something greater in your life. And I would just say that is very much the eclipse energy in general. So it doesn't really surprise me that this is coming up with here you go, with the Seven of Pentacles. You have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords moving on to calmer shores, but the woman and the child in the boat on the Six of Swords, they're leaving everything behind them behind. They are completely starting over on the other side. They only have the clothing on their back, and that's the only thing that they're bringing forward with them. So, they're kind of leaving everything behind. And with the Chariot driver is leaving the city behind him behind. So, you're clearly leaving something behind. Even the Five of Cups would represent leaving something behind. We'll talk about it when we get there. But, I feel like you're moving on to something bigger and better. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, this is Ten of Pentacles is an adventure. Again, we don't just get the Ten of Pentacles. It's not something, it's something that you work on for the rest of your life. And, that can be as positive, or it can be as challenging as you make it. So I would encourage you to, focus on the positive. The Knight of Wands, he moves towards joy, happiness. When he's in the positive side of things, he allows his joy, happiness, his desires to guide him. He desires to do something, and so he finds a way to make it happen. The Chariot literally says, where there's a will, there's a way. So, in a lot of ways, I feel that the Chariot is just saying, if you want something bad enough and you charge towards it, you will have it. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Queen of Pentacles here. We see really good cards or resources, Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. So I feel that, like everybody else, you're just focusing on resources and how to gather more resources in your life. which is probably a good thing. Next, in the area of the what are we doing? Oh yeah, the unexpected. You have this owl spirit. It says you see clearly now. Again, for whatever reason, I feel like this eclipse is bringing in a lot of truth, like clarity, though. But that's a type of truth that I believe is coming out, where you'll be, if you have had questions about things in life, it's like you're getting the answers. You have this cat spirit. It says claim your independence. Yes, I feel like now that you're getting the truth, that you need to, kind of listen to that truth and not ignore it. For some of you, you could be walking away from a person here, or you're like I feel like if this is messages for you, you already have walked away from the person, but it's kind of almost as if you are making that, I feel like you are making that final decision to walk away from a person, like you're actually doing it. So there's a little bit of a difference here, right? Maybe you have walked away, but you're still kind of thinking about them, or you're still watching tarot readings about them or whatever. I feel like you're kind of like finally making that final decision to cut something off. You have the Nine of Swords, the Chariot, and the Ace of Pentacles. The Nine of Swords is a never-ending nightmare. Even, going this way right here, Knight of Swords to the Ten of Wands, this is something that could be a round situation. It could be something that's wasting your time. And so I would encourage you to, if you have something like this that seems to be wasting your time or taking up too much of your time or is too much of a burden in your life, I literally feel it could be anything. It could be a job, a business. This could also be a little bit of a warning here as well. One thing I will say is that Knight of Swords to me is a card that says if someone tells you, that something is going to cost a bunch of money or something like that, I would get a second opinion with the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is my warning of it, like for a second opinion, if that makes sense, where, sometimes when he shows up, if like you need your house fixed, your car fixed, something expensive fixed, or if you're buying something expensive, Knight of Swords tells me, like, don't get pushed into something that is going to be a burden later on. So if you're about to like spend a bunch of money, I would just double check it so that, Ten of Wands isn't impossible, right? But it's a pain in the ass, So it's like one of those things where maybe you're thinking about buying a car, for example, but maybe it's just like a little bit financially out of reach. And the Ten of Wands would represent something where it's like you could afford it, but it might be a burden, if that makes sense, where it's like, it's not that you're going to lose the car or anything like that. But, I feel it's just more a warning saying, make sure that you're going to be able to, right? You have the Chariot. The Chariot is a victory and a success. So I feel there's a big victory. It is also you showing up in a very strong position. You have the Ace of Pentacles here. Ace of Pentacles is a big opportunity that seems to be rushing into your life here. I feel like you're saying, I'm not ready. It's like I'm hearing like, I'm not ready here, to the Nine of Pentacles. But I feel like you are ready, especially if this is like a job opportunity, a raise, a promotion, some sort of new beginning that you are working on. Could be in love. I feel like it's like I feel your fears of not being ready on something are just coming from fear. So, again, this is not, Knight of Swords normally to me would represent rushing into something, but I kind of feel like there is an opportunity that is being presented to you here, and it's a new opportunity. Maybe you just think that you're not ready to let go of the past with the Five of Cups. We're going to look into it in the next row. Let's see. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Sun. Amazing. The Sun makes whatever card it lands on and the whole entire reading more positive. So, I feel there's a lot of happiness and joy. I would move towards your happiness and joy. There's a lot of, that coming in. With the Chariot, you have the King of Cups. Could be attracting a water sign if you're looking for love. This could also just be you. I kind of do feel this is just your energy, like it's like you're sitting in a very bossed up type of vibe here. You're sitting in a position of power and strength, and this is allowing you to get what you want. What I would say is going up here, I would make sure to control your emotions this week. King of Cups has very deep emotions, but the trick with him is he's sitting in choppy waters, just like the Six of Swords, which you have twice in your reading. But he is in control. It doesn't matter what is going on around him. He is still in control of, every aspect of his life. So stay in control. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Six of Cups. This is like a second chance reading. I feel like you could be getting a second chance to do something or to have something that you feel like you're not ready for. Because I'm hearing I'm not ready on that Knight of Swords, like I said, but you are ready. This could be, again, this is not like someone coming back from the past. I feel, if it's love, it's a second chance at love. But it could be, really, it's probably something financial with the, showing up as the Ace of Pentacles here and, going up to the Nine of Pentacles as well. Maybe you're thinking that something's like too much work or that you can't do the work. I almost feel like you're making it more complicated than it needs to be. So again, if you're getting any opportunity, any offer this week from a boss, a new boss, a new job, a person, whatever, then, or you might have an idea for like a business or whatever, I would do it and realize that you are ready. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. You have 3 cards here. You have this Rose's Kiss card, Body and Soul. We'll start there. The Rose's Kiss card is like a card of luck, so I feel like there's luck coming in for you. I would take care of yourself this week as well with that Body and Soul card. I also feel like then you have this Call of the Muse card, which I feel is saying that you are being called to something new. I feel like you're being called, like this opportunity is calling out to you, and I feel like you're trying to decide, is this like the siren on the rocks that is gonna make my ship crash, or is this like a real opportunity? I really feel justice is your answer. If you're getting an opportunity and you are worried here with in this row with the 5 of Cups, 10 of Wands, if you are worried, then you need to pay attention to the evidence. Justice is cause and effect, but really it's a card of the evidence. And I've been saying this a lot to a lot of people. I think we have Neptune and Pisces, which could be like the siren on the rock, calling out to the sailors on the rocks, right? But what I would say is that Neptune and Pisces is a fantasy that goes both ways. You could be interested in an opportunity, and you could be thinking, there's your confirmation for you. You could be thinking like, oh, is this opportunity real, or, is it something that's fake? And again, this kind of says, get down to brass tacks. Just look at the opportunity for what it is and look at the evidence. Also, if this is a person, for example, put a little energy in. If they give energy back, then keep going. If they stop, then stop. Pretty simple stuff. All year, justice has been coming up for everyone. And I've been saying, pay attention to cause and effect. You have the Knight of Swords here. It's almost like there's 2 things rushing in. It's like you have this way here, and then you have this way here. I think this is the direction you want to go in towards a second chance. I also kind of feel, again, if you're spending money, this is kind of a warning on spending money. I don't think it's saying don't do it. I think it's saying, number one, there might be a better opportunity to get the same thing for less. I don't know, that's popping to my head. Like, especially if you're buying a car, I would make sure that you're getting a good deal. Or again, if it's like a little bit of a stretch, you might be able to find the same thing somewhere else for a better deal. So again, there's something here about really needing to make sure you're getting a deal, right? If you're purchasing something. But I also feel this could be like a past person that caused burdens, and then this is like something new. Which could be having you being single for a little bit. But again, I almost think it would be better to be single than to rush into something. You have the 5 of Cups, which is a card of regrets. I get this feeling that you could avoid certain regrets, especially if you're spending money specifically. So I think the regret side of things is coming in from spending money. And so, again, I would just make sure that you're not wasting money this week. You have the 3 of Cups, and then you have 2 cups here. So going this direction, sorry to keep showing you all the diagonals, but for whatever reason, I think they're important in this reading. Going down, this is one big change in direction. And the 5 of Cups is like kind of like worrying that you're moving away from something valuable, but really those cups are spilled. The whole point of the 5 of Cups is that he's grieving the loss of his taste for wine. He no longer enjoys wine, but he's sad that he no longer enjoys the taste of wine when there's something new behind him. So again, I feel like some of you could be worrying if you change direction, like if you leave a job or, if you walk away from a person that isn't right, that you're going to regret it later. I feel like this is saying, no, you're not. You're going towards something new and better. With the Justice card, you have the 5 of Pentacles. I'm telling you right now, keep an eye on your finances. Again, I don't think tarot controls our life or anything like that, but, and I do feel this is a little bit of a warning reading. It's actually a really good reading. I think it's just saying, don't waste your money. I get that feeling here. Even Justice is like saying, cause and effect, but it's like saying, are you getting a good deal? There's something here. For those of you that are thinking about purchasing something, I would double check it. I would go look somewhere else. I don't care what it is. You could be buying a new computer for all I care. It's like whatever you're looking at, it's almost like this reading is saying there's actually a much better deal somewhere else where you're not going to be wasting your money. With the Knight of Swords here, you have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is about being focused. She normally has that sunflower. It's pointing towards the sun, which you have in this reading. So I would move towards joy, happiness, things that make you feel good is what I'd be focusing on at this time, because, I feel like there's like a lot of joy, happiness, abundance available to you. I also feel like you're very attractive at this time as well. So if you want love, I would get out there. With the Five of Cups, you have the Emperor. Yeah, the Emperor is like a boss, He's ready to take action at a moment's notice, but he's also very much in control of, what the choices and decisions that he makes. So, I would take your time on making a choice. The one thing I will say as well is, like, if you're buying something like a car, the Knight of Swords is usually very pushy energy. So, I would say don't get pushed into something if you are buying a car or something like that you don't want, right? At the end here for the good stuff, I didn't even see this. You can't make this up. It says, caution, more going out than coming in. Be careful. Again, this is showing up in the good stuff, so I feel like you're going to be fine. But I read intuitively, and the whole entire reading, I've been getting this. So, I would just pay attention. And, again, this is something that clearly could be avoided. So avoid it. You have this card that says you're going to make mistakes, and it's okay. Sometimes you learn by messing up. Again, this is the good stuff, so this is going to be good no matter what. I do actually feel that you are probably going to be increasing your finances. You have the Nine of Pentacles here, Six of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. I almost feel like that you're finding easier ways of doing things. Nine of Pentacles is also kind of cause and effect. She keeps 6 pentacles for herself, and she's willing to give 3 pentacles to anything that she's working on. Like projects, businesses, doesn't matter. She is willing to give only 3 to whatever those things are. So again, it's almost like you're keeping enough energy for yourself, and only giving a little to, whatever situations you're investing in. And so again, she's doing things intelligently. You have the Six of Swords again. You're clearly moving on from something here. And I feel like you're moving to calmer shores. And, things are getting better. It's almost like you're giving yourself breathing room in this reading here, Cancer. It's like you're giving yourself some time to breathe. You're giving yourself some, time to collect your energy and your thoughts and again all that other stuff. Again, it kind of gives me the vibes that you're like making more money, and maybe the warning here is like saying don't spend money, because it's like maybe the universe wants you to sit in a space of just having abundance for a certain period of time, right? So don't spend it as quickly as you make it, just because the universe wants you to sit in that energy, right? I also feel you're, again, moving on to bigger and better things. You have the Ten of Wands here, which, again, showing up in the good stuff tells me that you are releasing burdens. I feel like you're releasing things that have been holding you back for a long time. And so, again, this is like a good thing. Let's see. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Cups. I feel like you're finding, like, you're opening up to new options. I feel like you're opening up to easier ways of doing things as well. This is like kind of giving me the vibes of like an aha moment, where you're just like, oh, this is so much easier. This could have to do with how you make your money. It's like you're realizing like that it can be easier. And again, I would never suggest that you don't work hard, but again, it's giving me the vibes of you finding more efficient ways of doing things. And again, efficiency is a word that comes up. Like if I were alive today, which I am, I would, luckily, right? COVID still hasn't taken me out. It's tried twice, right? And I beat it every freaking time. So what I would say here is that, like the one thing that I pay more attention to than anything else is efficiency. Like, are there more efficient, better ways for me to do things, to get like a bigger bang for my buck, right? And that's what I would pay attention to. I literally talk about all the time how I believe like curation is going to be very, very important in the future. Like people who can gather, collect the most important information and then share it with the world, right? That's just like one idea. And, so that's like a way to be efficient, right? And I see a lot of people kind of focusing on stuff like that. With the Six of Swords, you have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is learning, and you right there it says sometimes you learn by messing up. This is showing up in the good stuff, so clearly you have learned from your mistakes because it's showing up in the good stuff, and there could be some sort of reward from this. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Eight of Cups here. Again, it's almost like you're walking away from things being so hard. I'm not suggesting that your life is going to be like magically super easy this week, but I think it's just not going to be so hard. You're, kind of being more efficient or something like that. So, let's see here. You have this crow card. Again, I feel, again, if you want to find more efficient ways of doing things, crows are very smart animals, problem solvers, all sorts of stuff. So, if you want to find better ways of doing things, I feel like you can. You have this rattle card. Again, aha moment. I would pay attention to anything that's capturing your attention. We get this on a lot nowadays in the readings. And, we are in a time of attention. I believe Pluto going into Aquarius at the end of next year, basically, officially, it's going to go into Aquarius. It's going to retrograde again, then go back into Aquarius at the end of next year. But, what I would say is that Pluto and Aquarius energy is definitely about getting as much attention as you possibly can. So on things that you care about. You have the High Priestess, so definitely trust your intuition. Could have a Pisces coming in for some of you. Wouldn't really call this a love reading, but, I think love is always available to us, so, go for it. You have this crossing card. It says initiation on it. I do feel like you're kind of leveling up because, again, you have that Yang energy card, which is about stepping into new beginning. Plus, just everything here. I mean, the, going from the Seven of Pentacles to the Chariot to the Five of Cups is like you're leaving something that no longer serves you behind and stepping into a better life. And I feel like you're being called to it. Something is calling out to you here, like I said earlier. And it is not a mirage. It is not an illusion. It is real. It's like what's calling you is real. That's kind of like what I feel like this reading is saying. You have this soul retrieval card. It's like you've been through a dark night of the soul is the vibe again. That's not what this card means, by the way, but just I read intuitively, and that's what I'm getting here is that it's like your soul is calling out for you to do something. But I also feel you've been through a dark night of the soul, and you're like coming out the other side. So looks pretty good. I like this here, Cancer. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.